everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you're all doing well. We're back with another episode of the Fantasy Fellow Show. We're doing the Friday Week 7 practice reports. I'm just going to be reading the Underdog NFL reports and kind of giving you guys takes along the way. So this will be a quicker video tonight. I will be posting props, I think, tomorrow night if you guys are interested in the NFL prop bets. And then Sunday morning, we will go live 10:30 a.m. Central Time. We'll check in on the Jags-Patriots game, and we'll read all the actives and take any questions you guys have. So 10:30 Sunday morning, let's get into it. We have really positive news here on Marvin Harrison Jr., who, of course, left early with a concussion last weekend. He practiced limited yesterday in a non-contact jersey, upgrades today to a full practice, puts the contact jersey on. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is on track to play for Monday Night Football. So good news there. The Chargers, we have Quentin Johnston not practicing again on Friday. I'm assuming that he's trending towards doubtful. But Ladd McConkey, who was limited yesterday, gets another limited day. And again, these teams play Monday Night Football. So one more day potentially for Quentin Johnston to go. But right now I would say he's looking doubtful. If you guys are needing an excuse to play Ladd McConkey, I think this is a good one. He should be the number 1 receiver for Herbert. And then maybe Josh Palmer, number 2 receiver. We have Zamir White listed as questionable for Week 7. Looks like he's going to be a game-time decision. If he plays, that takes a little bit of the steam off of Alexander Mattison because, just carries could go to Zamir White. That could go to Alexander Mattison. So we'll watch for that one. Good news. I guess we got a bunch of 49ers ones here. Juwan Jennings is ruled out with a hip injury, and they are activating Ricky Pearsall, the rookie wide receiver, first-round pick with a chest injury. We all remember the gunshot wound he suffered just a couple months ago. He's on track to play, so he might be their number 3, number 4 receiver. We shall see. I don't think he's like someone that you need to pick up in redraft leagues. Obviously, in dynasty leagues, you're pretty excited to see what he can do when he gets on the field. So we'll watch for Ricky. And then good news on Jordan Mason, not listed on the injury report for Week 7. He's going to play. I wouldn't be messing around with Garendo or Patrick Taylor as my RB. Start Jordan Mason, basically. It is a tough matchup, though, against the Chiefs, so be wary of that. Amari Cooper is going to play for the Buffalo Bills. I think if you need him, he's like a fringe top 30, top 36 wide receiver. I don't know how much of the playbook he knows. I don't know how many targets. I don't know how many snaps and routes he's going to get. But if you have to play Amari Cooper, I'm fine with it. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mike Evans not practicing today again. So the hamstring injury that he tweaked, I think it was on Wednesday, misses today and yesterday. I think he's trending towards missing practice or missing the game on Monday Night Football. So we'll watch for that. Hopefully we get information tomorrow. Like if they rule him out, that would be nice. Otherwise, please don't leave us hanging with these injury reports. Either rule him out or say he's going to play. Rachaad White limited in practice on Friday. He's on track to play. Honestly, all the coach talk is saying that it's going to be a hot hand approach. They're basically each going to get a series and they're going to, basically ride the hot hand. I personally don't really want to start a Buccaneer running back. I get it. One of the guys could take off in any given game. But it looks like it's going to be a 3-way committee. And again, we'll watch for Mike Evans. Brian Robinson listed as questionable. I did see him practice limited today, so I think he's on track to playing. It's a great matchup to put Brian in your lineup. Dallas Goedert listed as out. We kind of saw that one coming after his early exit last week. We're gonna see Grant Calcaterra be the tight end too. So if you need a tight end, Calcaterra can be your streamer of the week. We have a couple Colts news here. Jonathan Taylor listed out already, and then they removed Trey Sermon with the knee injury from the injury report. So he's looking like just like a maintenance day on Wednesday from that missed practice, limited yesterday, not on the report today. So Trey Sermon, I'm expecting him to be the lead back again, and I know it wasn't great. He had 18 carries last weekend, though, for the 27 yards. And Tyler Goodson did look good. So I think for now, the pecking order is still Trey Sermon. If I have to start somebody, I'm going to lean Trey Sermon. In deeper PPR leagues, you could whip out Goodson and see what happens. But again, with Anthony Richardson listed as the starter quarterback, they did come out and say that, maybe there's not enough passes to go for Goodson's way. So I'm starting Sermon in a couple leagues as my RB2. I don't feel great about it. Hopefully he can get some volume and find a way to the end zone. Josh Downs and Alec Pierce listed as questionable for Week 7. We'll have to watch for these guys on Sunday morning, game time decisions. Tyler Lockett was lifted from the injury report, so he's good to go for Week 7. And then Travis Etienne, man, with the hamstring. I did not expect him to practice this week, but he's been limited every day of practice this week. So he's got a chance to play. I'm sure I'm going to get pummeled with Tank Bigsby questions tomorrow and Sunday morning. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm leaning towards Travis Etienne possibly playing in this game right now. Just a full week of limited. We shall see. Odell Beckham listed questionable. Who cares? Tyler Conklin expected to play. He's listed as questionable, but he's expected to play. Will Levis is expected to play. He's listed as questionable. Packers' Dontavian Wicks is questionable with a shoulder injury. I saw him practice limited all week with a shoulder harness on. I don't think we're using Dontavian Wicks. I am very interested, though, in Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson as wide receiver 3 flexes. Raiders say Jacoby Myers is doubtful with that ankle injury, which would be a bit of a bummer. I think when Jacoby Myers gets on the field, he's a fringe wide receiver 3 flex player, but for now, not playing in week 7, it looks like. Good news on James Cook. He is not on the injury report with that toe injury. Full practices, he's good to go. On the downside, Ray Davis listed as questionable. He didn't practice. I think it was yesterday. Maybe he was limited today. I don't know if he's going to play. They're kind of saying they don't know yet. They got to wake up and see how he feels on Sunday morning. So Ray Davis, a true questionable game time decision. I think at this point, we're not going to use Ray Davis. It is, on paper, it's the toughest matchup against the Titans running back or the Titans run defense, and James Cook is full. So we're going to wait and see what we got with Ray Davis. The Rams, Cooper Kupp is expected to play. But he's going to be a game time decision. So we'll watch for that leading up to the game on Sunday. And then other receiver there, Jordan Whittington, is expected to play with a shoulder injury. Good news for Chiefs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's not on the injury report. Of course, he's been, I believe he's had PTSD or something going on. So mental things. He's expected to be active. Maybe he's active for this game. We'll see. TJ Hawkinson I have as questionable. I don't think he's playing. They play Thursday night against the Rams. I would bank on him playing week 8. And potentially being your tight end 1 for you. Good note on Derek Carr here. He's very likely to return in week 9. So week 9-10 return likely for the Saints offense. It's not looking good for the Saints offense. Hopefully Carr can get back in there for Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara's sake. We have Juju Smith-Schuster listed as questionable, but they kind of said it's not a big deal. Hamstring, he should be fine. Devon Achane, concussion, he's good to go for week 7. See what else we got here. Malik Neighbors is playing in week 7. And Nick Chubb, man, congrats to Nick Chubb. It's been a long road to recovery. And we finally get to see him. It's been a full year and about a month since we've seen Nick Chubb play football. I'm not starting Nick Chubb if I have him. I think you want to wait and see. They got 3 guys. They got Pierre Strong, Deonta Foreman, Nick Chubb. They ruled out Jerome Ford. And they're listing Chubb as questionable. He's expected to play. And I just don't know what that workload's going to be. They have, 2 other healthy backs in Pierre Strong and Foreman, who they like in their specific roles. I think Pierre Strong takes on the Jerome Ford role, and he's the pass-catching kind of third down, 2-minute drill back. If you need 7 or 8 points in a deep PPR league, I suppose Strong can be the guy you're looking for. I'm not interested in Foreman or Nick Chubb in my starting lineups this week. I do like the matchup, though, against Cincinnati. Titans ruled out Tajay Spears. I think Tony Pollard is wheels up. He's a top 10 running back this week, and he has been pretty much all season. Devontae Adams is going to play full expected workload. If you have Devontae, you're playing Devontae Adams with the Jets here on Sunday Night Football. Mike Williams will also play, so he's listed as personal reasons. Not really quite sure what that means, but he's expected to play, not in their fantasy lineup, so he's their wide receiver 4. Anthony Richardson will start. We mentioned that before. The Bucs will use 3 running backs. All 3 RBs will get a series early. Whoever has success will get more action, is the quote from the offensive coordinator. We have to wait and see what's going on with Deontay Johnson for the Panthers. He's listed as questionable with an ankle injury. He did not practice Wednesday or Thursday. He finally got on the practice field today, limited. We'll watch for that one. That one's a late game here, so if you guys have Deontay questions, let me know in the comments. Devin Singletary will play in week 7. Tyrone Tracy will see still a healthy role. So I think I'm kind of listing Singletary as a low-end RB2, and I have Tyrone Tracy kind of in the same range. So not guys that are like must-start players, but they're fringe RB2 flexes. The Panthers have ruled out Jonathan Brooks. We expected that. And I think that, we got one more here. Ramondre Stevenson with the foot injury. He was participating in practice today. He didn't practice the last 2 days. Obviously, they play in London first thing in the morning. So I would imagine Saturday night, maybe late Saturday night, we get a flurry of tweets saying who's in, who's out. Hopefully Schefter hooks us up with that one. If you have Ramondre Stevenson, I think if he plays, I'll play him against the Jags. If he doesn't play, I think Antonio Gibson's a good play as a pivot there. One more for you guys. Aaron Jones expected to play, likely to play is the actual term. So we shall see. I think it's interesting. We got a lot of information and news out already. Tomorrow there should be more news. Hopefully we get some ETN news, Ramondre Stevenson news from watching that London game first thing Sunday morning. And then again, 10:30 a.m. If you guys want to hang out with me, I will be going live Central Time, and we'll look at some of the stuff going on and answer any questions you have. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Enjoy your Friday and your Saturday. We'll see you guys Sunday morning. Peace.